So hi everyone, welcome to the stream. I hope everything works okay. So let me know if the audio, if the music is too loud or if the mic is not loud enough. I can change those settings. So happy Valentine's Day first of all to all of you. I hope you're doing well. And yeah, I managed to do the stream. I'm a little bit tired, a little bit much, but I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do it anyway because it's Valentine's Day and I wanted to do the stream. So today I'm just gonna draw the Go Rabbits getting ready, or no, they're ready for their date, right, little birdies? So usually I draw every year for quite a while actually. I've been drawing Valentine's pictures with the Go Robin birds. I'm not sure why, but it's a thing. Let me get the brush setting that I like. Maybe a little bit smaller. Or bigger, let's see. Change sticks. Oh wow, 2 a.m. in the morning? You're not sleepy? Oh no, it's already February 15. Oh no, I'm too late. I tried. I actually want to, when I stream, I want to try in the future to stream earlier in the day. I think that was nice last time, but sometimes it's a little bit difficult because during the daytime I have to do work stuff and such. So I end up doing it during the evening times. Well, it's not evening yet. 3 more minutes over here, then it will be evening. Actually, let me think first of who to draw first. Oh, I know. I'm gonna start with Damien. If my brush wants to work. Oh, you're resting? That's good, that's good. Just relax. I hope you can get some sleep tonight. You must be very tired. Or should he be like a grumpy... a grumpy Valentine's bird? He doesn't want you to be late. He'll be grumpy if you are. Oh no, don't let me keep you up. You can go to bed and, you know, sleep. Tomorrow is another day. But it's nice that you made it to the stream. Over here, the summer, well, it's not summertime yet, but it's getting light earlier and earlier in the morning, so I wake up way too early, and then I cannot sleep anymore. So that's a bit unfortunate. I actually woke up at 6 a.m. today, even though I didn't have to be up that early. So I just laid there, doing nothing. Oh yeah, I'll definitely upload the stream afterwards, so yeah, you can take a nap, or actually you can just sleep, and later on it will be on the channel. I think Robin should wear a little tie. That would be cute. He will be all ready to go on the date. I'm not sure what kind of date it would be though with Damien. It would be quite pretty sure anything but romantic. Hi Scar, how are you? Oh, right before I wanted to start the stream, something busted out of the curtains, and it was a big moth. I haven't seen moths in my house in years, so I was really surprised, and I thought, oh hey, it's my Valentine's gift. I managed to catch it and put it outside. That was quite easy actually. But now it's free. Yeah, I gotta catch them all. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. me see. Oh, also, I meant, right before the stream, I thought usually I have this silly music in the background. I like the silly music tunes. And I thought, you know what, this stream should have a romantic music. So I just went to the YouTube section and typed in romantic. So not all the songs are very romantic in my opinion, but I just downloaded some and that's what we're listening to right now. The romantic stream. I'm thinking maybe he should be carrying a gift. Let me think. I actually want to draw a teddy bear, but because he's a kid. But I'm not sure if that's his thing. Or maybe a plush of a dog, since he has a huge dog in the comics. Or actually, I don't know if it's still a thing. Ace. Ace the dog. Oh, now it's turning into Batman. That's not Ace. Wait, let me look up a reference picture of Ace. Ace Batman. It looks like a bat dog, but maybe that's it. This is the picture I found in Google. Wait, now let me zoom in again. This is the Ace. I think he's from one of the animated series. But I don't remember seeing him. I probably missed that one. Oh, that's cute. Will you be my Robin? I'll be your Betsy. That's cute. So, oh wait, let me actually use that reference picture of the dog. Whoop. There we go. I like how why his nose is blue. I have no idea why his nose is blue. But I like how he's also wearing a mask, just in case you recognize the dog, but you don't because he's wearing a mask. And he also has a belt, or is that a belt? A collar that he may or may not be able to use. I think he should wear like a little red one. I'm gonna clean up the sketch later, but it's gonna be the dog, a dog plush, with a little ribbon, because it's a gift. Carry it like this. Also, Damien is a little bit uncomfortable. This is not what he was trained for. Let me, boop. Oh, am I working on a different layer? Of course I am. Not sure where the other layer came from. There we go. And we're gonna create a line art layer. Clean up the sketch. Let's see. For example, this song, it was in the romantic list. I'm really not so sure what's romantic about it. It kind of sounds like Hit the Road tune. Driving my truck. So romantic. Oh, he's also wearing a mask on his date. just in case, you know, it's a blind or, well, you still gotta keep your identity a secret. That's why he's like, don't want to talk too much about myself. I want to hear more about you. Do you have a secret identity? Frown and little chops. Keep an eye on this as well. So he combed his 3 feathers on top of his head a little bit to the back, a little bit of gel in there, keep it nice and tidy. Gonna be too much R's. He has one on the tie, but he also has one on the chest, which is actually part of his feathers. Might be a little bit too much. Then it will be Robin Robin. There you go. His little tie. I think the tie will be dragging on the ground a little bit because he's small. But I made a very weird line over there. Make this look like this. Here we go. I also feel this would be his business outfit if he was working at a company. Look at the dog. Doggy? Oh, I also wanted to say I was a little bit behind comments, but I managed to reply to all of my YouTube comments. I was a little bit late, I was away for a couple of days, so I wasn't able to do that. But I did film some of what I did, and I'm thinking of uploading a 3-day video, like on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, not this week, but maybe next week. This week or next week? I'm thinking, I'm running out of videos. I did film a couple. I filmed one digital drawing. I filmed a cooking thing, but I'm not sure whether that's enough because halfway I was cut off. I couldn't finish the cooking vlog. I baked a cake. It's actually a baking vlog. And which other videos do I have? So those 2, and then I filmed the vlogs of the past couple of days. And those are 3 days. I'll see. I have to check whether the footage is enough or usable. And I actually have to record some new art videos again. I still want to do, well, I still have to do a new Pokemon video as well. But I haven't done that yet. Usually I film Pokemon videos right before I upload them, so I film them a day before I upload them. Because they're just a little bit of an extra thing that whenever I have some time, I will film one of those. But if I don't have time, then let me actually check whether this dog is wearing a cape. He is. He is wearing a cape. Okay. So let me change this line then. Oh, he was wearing a bow. There we go. want to add some stitches on the face as well, just to make sure it's a plush, or it looks like a plush. There's that little line over there that's bothering me. There we go. Oh, there's one over here as well. I'm not paying attention. There we go. We have his feet. Let me turn off the sketch and see if I missed anything. I think his wings look a bit weird, so let me redo that. But he is extra fluffy. I think he used some conditioner today. Let me do like this, maybe line here. And I see a little bit of a hairy line over here, so I'm gonna fix that as well. And close the holes. Let's see. Who is the date? Who is the date of Damien? Well, I like to think it's you guys, but the first name that comes in mind is Maps, but I'm not sure if Maps is and Damien are a thing. Let's create a color layer. Color. I think it'll be... Wait, I once read a comic. It's Battle of the Cow. But I thought it was really weird. There was one segment in the beginning of that comic. The comic is not that great overall, actually. But in the beginning you saw Damien driving a car, and there was this, well, teenage lady. Or I think she was teenage lady in there. And the big thing that bothered me about that comic, or that scene in general, is that what happens? So Damien is driving the car, and then Dick or one of his brothers needs his help, or they call him, and then he just ejects the girl out of the car, and she bounces off in the air, and there's a croc, and the croc eats her. And I thought it was so weird that the girl, well, I guess she died, right? I thought it was really weird. But again, that comic was I got it because it was about the Robins. It's one of the older comics. But I thought, yeah, I guess that would be a date with Damien. Let me get this. So I'm just using this. I forgot to set this up. I'm using this to get the color picks of the little birdies. Or else I'll be guessing the colors. And of course, that's not what I want. The red color I use is the same for all the birds. Except for, of course, they have different tones of brown. actually I saw a little robin this weekend. I went to the zoo and I went to check out the pandas, and they were very cute, but then all of a sudden there was this little robin in the cage as well. I'm not sure how the bird got there because the panda was behind glass. But it was very cute, and I managed to film the birdie as well. Distracted by little birdies. And they also had the chubbiest little birds there. I think it's sparrow in English, but they were really, really fluffy. That's so cute. And it's also, it makes sense because it was really cold as well that weekend, like freezing cold. Actually, I think this song would fit, or this tune would fit a date with Damien. Electric guitar, Damien. There we go. This little beak. Let's get that color. Because I'm just using a screenshot, but because of the low resolution, it has a lot of pixels, so it doesn't always get the color I need. But I guess it's also my own fault for being lazy and not grabbing a higher definition image. I should do that one day. One day I will. There we go. And let's color the doggy. Let me... here it is. Oh, I see. I flattened the images and I lowered the opacity, and now I can no longer increase the opacity. So it's a light version of the dog. I'll just improvise it. The lazy way. Oh wait, I'm doing something wrong. His nose is not gray. Okay. I got it. We can do this. Get the blue nose as well. I do wonder why they colored the nose blue. Maybe they thought it was a nice touch to the character. Or maybe it's based on the older comics? Who knows, who knows? Whoops. Oops. Luckily, it's digital art, so I can just remove it. It's very difficult to color within the lines, it seems. I'm thinking, I might just keep it flat, the coloring, because I want to draw multiple of them. I also want to draw the other birdies, and maybe later on I'll see whether I want to add some shading or not. But we'll see how long it takes to draw the others. This is the most ominous romantic song ever. Why is it in the list? I don't know. I think this is a theme for a shady date. Ooh, it's tie. Maybe I'm going to add a little bit of a pattern to it. Spent. Bit black and then, oh, maybe it's too black. Let me actually pick something else. Okay, I think this looks better. And let's add something cheesy. Little hearts. He would never wear that. But hey, it's Valentine's Day. I actually feel that if I ever were to make a Go Robin's Valentine's theme episode, it would be about Bats and Catwoman. Because the other version doesn't have any females, so, or, you know, their families, so it's a little bit, I don't know. Or I have to add some characters, like Barbara, have a little Batgirl in there. Alright, and here we have little Damien. I'm not gonna add a background for now. I'm just gonna continue with his brothers. Create a new sketch layer. And then later on I'll see if I add something. Who is next? A little bit too small, so let me make it a little bit bigger. Can anyone guess who this is? All their faces look the same. Mask. I'm gonna clean up the beak position in the line art version. Let's shoot this one where? Let me Google a gentleman. Alright, they're all wearing bows, they're wearing hats, they have sticks and suitcases. Some of them wear glasses, and some of them have cigars, which would be a bit weird in this case. But most of them are wearing suits. A mustache. I'm gonna add a little bow. That suits this one. He's like a little egg. Oh no, he's multiple wings. What is this? Oh my, also he's really, really fat. I think this would be the type of Robin to bring a little present with him. So I'm gonna draw tiny box. He's like ready to run over to his date and like greet her or him or the person he's waiting for.
It's like, hey, I'm so happy to see you here. I did not expect this, even though we planned this date. This is also not how I talk, but yeah, I'm losing my voice apparently. Oh my, so fat.
We started line art. Use this color. I'm actually gonna create a different layer for this one. And I'm going to lock them on, just in case I mess up the layers. You never know, right? I'm a superstar at messing up layers. Oh wait, I think a lot of the characters were dating in Young Justice. But I really need to rewatch those episodes. I don't quite remember a lot of stuff. I only remember Arsenal. But that was because it's a really big part in his arc. Their little mask would be perfect for a mask ball. Already hiding their little faces. Tiny bow tie. Let me redo that last one. Suddenly I remember, isn't it Chinese New Year this weekend? Maybe I can make a picture for that, but it's a kind of on a short notice, so I'm not sure. Or maybe it will be a delayed picture, but it's always nice to be on time with certain celebrations. That's something to think about. Very tiny gift. I think it will also be nice to have one of the Robins have chocolate as a gift. Oh, it's really funny. I have this little birdhouse in my garden, and there's this little bird that's alone. Like the bird is always on its own. Usually birds start looking for places to build their nest when they have a partner. So the partner is waiting for the one of them to check and find the perfect place to start a little family. But this bird has been on its own since forever, and he keeps checking the birdhouse just the way the little birds check whether a spot is good enough or not. They They look inside, they look outside, they explore the surroundings, they keep tapping the house. Every time I hear it, it's the little bird tapping the wooden house. And I'm not sure why he's checking the house. Well, he does not have a partner yet. Or maybe actually it's one of the birds that was born there since, let me think, 2 years ago, a couple of little birds were born there. That was very cute. So maybe he was checking his birthplace. But it would be nice to have a new nest. But the problem is the bushes got cut and the birds really like, or they prefer places that have a lot of plants around them. So the nest is going to be covered up. So it's difficult for predators to find it. But since it's just an open place, I don't think there's gonna be a nest this year. There wasn't a nest last year either, because that's when the bushes got cut, and it takes quite a while before the bushes grow back. So I was a little bit sad about the bush. There we go. Oh, actually, let me fix that bow. It looks a bit funky. This is the case why I'm happy that I remember to work in a different layer. Usually with little doodles, I tend to work in the same layer for multiple doodles, but the line art was too light for the coloring of Tammy. So I could quickly change the color of the line art without well, actually, even if I worked on the same layer as the line art of Damien, I could have done something. But you know, you have to do that little extra thing to do it, and this is just very easy. all I did was change the color overlay and it was done. So it made the line art darker just so that the line art doesn't disappear within the colors of his feathers. Also, sorry, sometimes I pause to drink a little bit or pour some more tea. I try to remember, well, until now I've done it, but I try to remember to turn off my mic when I drink or eat or do anything, because it would be a bit weird to have that on stream as well. There we go. I'm just coloring this by hand since it's just I think it's easy enough to do it. Don't really need to do anything with the, that's the wrong picture. Well, let me poof, now it's gone. I don't think I've ever done a stream and not mess up. Eventually I started with one layer, like, you know, everybody else, and then my layers keep growing and growing and growing. And even though I named them, even though I colored them, I still have to search through my layers to find the right one. So let's color the mask. Oh, hi Hydra, how are you? Today is a fluffy Valentine stream. Actually, these dates are very, very tiny. Just imagine them going on a date and their date is waiting for them, but they're so tiny, they cannot see the birds. Yeah, I'm good. I had a long day of traveling today. Went to visit some family. It's very nice to see them. But yes, they're far away, so it was a long trip. So I'm a little bit wary, but other than that, I'm good. I'm also gonna add some some silly pattern on the tiny bow. Oh, wrong layer. The wrong one. There we go. What color should this one be? I think green? Or maybe yellow? I think green looks good on Timmy. I tend to use green for his setup, for his colors. Maybe little stripes. I actually wanted to do little dots, but this can work too, so let's go with that. Here we go. Oh, the inside of his mouth would be nice. Oh, different color. always really cute. I don't know if you guys ever had a hamster as a pet. I had a little dwarf hamster, and it's really cute just to put a little bit of water on your finger, just a little drop of water, and the little hamster will lick it. That's so cute. It's a tiny, tiny tongue. You don't even feel the tongue. It's just so cute. I'm always amazed. I see those like people have the pet profiles like on Instagram and such, and they film their pets, and they're always so tame. They're very easy to handle. But I think it's because they have had the hamster or the pet since they were very, very small, like little babies. And I bought them from a pet store, and they were already a little bit older, so taming them was different. I think it's easier just to tame them from right at the beginning, so you can do, you can just grab them and they will sit on your hand. But my hamsters would never sit still, so they would always keep walking and walking and walking. So I couldn't hold them, and they were always busy exploring. But maybe that also has to do with I started taming them quite late. I had them when I was young, so at the beginning I wanted them to get used to the cage, and then slowly after a while I started to take them out of the cage, so that's probably one of the reasons. And especially the last hamster I had, I don't know how old they were, but they were not very small either. Maybe I can add dots in the present, or hearts, because it's cheesy. Oh, you have a rat? That's cool. You can teach them tricks and such. That's very nice. The hamsters you cannot really, well, the dwarf hamsters. I think you can maybe teach the bigger ones some tricks, but the smaller hamsters, they're always on the move, so it's difficult to teach them things. And of course mice are very clever as well. Oh, and also parrots, they're really clever. Even the small parrots, they're very, very cute. And sometimes in the pet store I always wonder why they don't add a lot of toys with the birds. But I don't know. Of course I'm not speaking of experiences, I never had a pet bird. But when you see the birds, they like having a lot of toys and little things to do. So yeah, but the pet store I'm thinking of actually cleared their bird area. I don't think the birds were doing that well, to be honest. So that might be part of it. But I have seen some pet stores that take a really good care of the animals they have there. They have nice cages, they have everything they need, they have toys, they have enough food. So I think now that I know better, I would prefer either getting a pet of a really good pet store, or I like the tiny pets. I'm not talking about cats and dogs, of course, but maybe a very good pet store in which you can see the animals are taken care of really well, or a hamstery, I think it's called. I've never bought a hamster from a hamstery, but my friend mentioned it and I looked it up and I thought, that's very nice actually to get a hamster from them instead. Because then you know for sure, or hopefully you know, that the hamster is taken care of well and that they're healthy, and you know where they come from. A sugar glider? Oh, that's cool. Those are very cute. I've seen someone in Asia, but I thought they were adorable. And a dog is always nice. It's always nice. I saw a Scottish dog, like the, if you guys remember 101 Dalmatians, you have this, let me look it up. I don't know what his name is. This little black dog. And he's one of the friends of the... Oh, there he is. Of the... Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah, here it is. Of the puppies. Let me zoom out as well. It looks so funny, but this is the dog I saw today. I don't see them very often. So I thought it was interesting to see one. Usually you always see the Labradors, the Labs, what else? So there's what is it? A Shiba? Yeah, I think it's a Shiba. And like mixed dogs or Cocker Spaniels, like those kind of dogs. But this is the first time I actually saw one of these walking around. And it was very funny with the little mustache and his stubby tail. Oh no, your poor dog. I'm sorry to hear your dog passed away, Hydra. Did he get sick or was the dog old? Finished a little present. Yeah, it's a schnauzer. That's very funny. I also see a lot of the... well, actually it's a brand, a dog food brand, like Caesar. I'm not sure if it's a name that's international, if they use the same name everywhere, but this is the dog. This is a dog you see a lot over here. They're very cute. They're small and yeah, I think they might be easy dogs to keep. This is the I don't remember the name of the breed. I just remember the brand of the food that pictures the dog on it. Oh, both old and sick. I'm sorry to hear that. But it's good that that the dog had a long life. But it's always sad to lose a pet, especially if you have had the pet for, have known the pet for such a long time. Yeah, that's true. Now it's in a better place. It doesn't have, doesn't feel sick anymore or pain, so that's good. Move on to the next one. Speaking of old pets, I've had fish for a very long time. My fish are, let me think, like about 20 years old. They're goldfish. Goldfish can be very old if they can be old. They're in an aquarium. But one morning I was actually really surprised. I walked into the room to feed my fish. That's what I do every morning. And all of a sudden I saw a fish on the ground and I was like, who put this fish here? I thought it was like a fish from the market and I was so confused. But apparently my fish jumped out of the water and of course it didn't survive. But I thought it was really weird because we changed the water a lot and there's also a pump so the water keeps flowing. There's a lot of food and like the plants in there. So it's not as if we neglected the water. But yeah, after all those years, the fish jumped out of the water and now I only have one, which is fine. Or the fish is fine at the beginning. He didn't move much because his little pal was gone, but now he seems okay. But I did think like, oh man, that fish, I bought it when I was a little kid and now it's gone. So that's a bit like, wow, even though it's a fish, like, still most people don't put fishes on the same level as a dog or a cat, which I understand, but it's still a little piece of the past gone. unfortunately. The name of the fish was Blub 2 because Blub 1, which is gone for many years, this is what kids name. I was a little kid when I named the fish. And I always thought that fishes, or actually we read that the fishes stopped growing after, if the aquarium, you know, if you put a fish in an aquarium, they say that the fish grows based on the size of the aquarium. But that's not true. The fish keeps growing. Because they used to be really small when I got them, and even though the aquarium size didn't change much, they became huge. Especially when there were 3 at the beginning, and the big one died eventually, and the other 2, they were small at the beginning, but then they all of a sudden had a growth spurt, like they became really big. And now the last one, he's huge. He doesn't even fit in the like the little net to fish out to fish out the fish. He doesn't fit anymore. Oh. Oh yeah, Nemo. Nemo wasn't, like, the fish is so old, Nemo wasn't even a thing back then. But I think Nemo is a very popular fish name. Especially if it's a clownfish, but clownfish are a little bit more difficult to take care of, I think, because they're not like these fish, cold water fish. I'm gonna draw a dicky bird. What should Dicky wear? He's like the most gentleman of the birds. He actually knows how to do dates. Maybe make him very dandy. With a top hat. A little bit old-fashioned, but you know, he just wants to look good. I think he will be bringing flowers with him on his date. This pose is a bit weird. Think a beautiful flower. He'll be carrying the flower in his mouth, his little beak. Maybe he's winking because it's Dicky Bird. And his wing should maybe be... He's like inviting his date over to join him. So there we go. Create a different layer for him. So there we go. Let's do the line art of Nightwing, the dandy bird. Actually, let me draw the flower, since the flower will be covering... Oh, it's not going to be covering the eye. I'm gonna draw the winking eye with white color, so I'll do that later when it's when I'm ask. And this song actually fits him. He wants to dance the tango with you. Let me draw the flower. The music also reminds me of the Layton games, which I haven't played in a long time. I still have to finish the last one I have, but I know that Lady Layton came out a couple months ago. But I want to finish the other game first before getting a new Layton game. But I think they're very charming. The music is always very nice in those games, as well as the animated sequences. I'm going to grab a little bit of food, so be right back. It's gonna be really quick, but I'm gonna turn off the mic while eating. So, oh, here we go. Back in a couple minutes. Okay, my mic is back on. I finished my food. It was just a sandwich that I bought at the train station, but I didn't eat it. I actually bought a croissant as well, so I ate that one during the train ride. And I still had a sandwich. I'm too lazy to cook today. Today I'm so tired. I don't want to cook, but enough food, so that's fine, that's fine. I'm satisfied. So here we have Jaybird. He's a little bit shy, he has a chocolate heart. Be my... Doesn't fit. But he's worried about giving the chocolate to the person. Let me actually make the size bigger. Is it? Jay's holding a chocolate heart. But it's a very big one because he's a tiny bird. Well, actually I think his size is fine. It's fine. There we go. Let's create a new layer for this line art. Jaybird. Now that I think of it, I have not seen a lot of Valentine chocolates. I saw some in the store, but not a whole lot. I think people are more excited, or the stores are more excited for Easter, since those items are appearing in the store. Very cute items, I have seen it, but it's very seasonable, like plates with bunnies on them. Egg-shaped candles. I never use candles, but I saw a lot of nice candles. And you also have those little chickens. They're very cute. Well, I call them chickens. They're little chicks. They're fuzzy little chicks. They're very cheap, actually. And you can get them in a box of like 6 or something, or more. They always return every Easter. They're like my favorite Easter thing. Is he smiling or should he be worried? I think he's a little bit worried. Oh, he's not wearing an outfit. What should he be wearing? We already have ties. I have a bow. That's a tough one. He's already wearing a helmet, so you will be wearing something on top of the helmet. Maybe a little jacket, but it's not super gentleman-like, but you know what, maybe it suits him. He's a little outlaw after all, right? So let's give him a jacket. I actually also want to draw something on his head. It feels, I know it's shiny, it's a helmet, but he feels like a little bit bald, so hat. Let's see which design will suit him. So there are a lot of caps. I don't think wearing a cap on a date is that dandy. Oh, I can draw a smaller hat. Since Dickie's wearing a top hat, he can like do the in-between one. Oh, in the place I visited last weekend, they had hat stores, like with hats. And that's something you don't see over where I live. Like special stores that make hats, and I think that's really cool. I wish it was open. I went there on Sunday and everything was closed on Sunday. But I would have liked to go and have a look at there, so it would have been nice. And of course, being a hatter is used to be professional. It still is, but I'm not over here anymore. Like this. It's a little bit too high. He's wearing a hat on top of his helmet. I mean, that's next level, right? They've actually changed the design of the hat flaps. That reminds me, it would be cute to make an animation in which you have like a dating sim with the robins. And it would be called Awkward Dating. It's not getting any better, is it? Let's draw his wing. Yeah, I would make that how I imagine it right now. It would be an animation in which you're dating, like the well, like the typical dating sims. You have the character there, and you have the options to talk to them. And then they have you have the conversation in the background, and you have that cheesy look in the background, like the flowers and the sun, and yeah, cheesy game. It's difficult to see the shape of the heart because of the bow, so I think I'm gonna remove it. It has 0 heart shape with the bow on it. I actually want it to be wrapped, but let's see how that looks. Like there's a plastic bag around the chocolate. That reminds me, speaking of dating sims, I decided to replay Story of Seasons, and in that game, of course, you're able, it's a farming simulation, so you're able to get married. And basically how you get people to like you, you have to give them a bunch of gifts. And if you give them gifts they really like, they will like you more, and if you give them gifts they don't like, then you get negative points. So then they're like, man, I don't like it, me. And at the beginning, I didn't know which character would like which gift, so I gave them random stuff and I had like mixed reactions. But decided to look it up online. What is it that they want? The easier thing. No, it's not Stardew Valley, but it's very similar. It's Harvest Moon, but it's called Story of Seasons. And I watched a video on why it's called Story of Seasons. Basically, it's Harvest Moon under a different name. Because it has to do with their producer and the distributor. So the team that worked on Harvest Moon created Story of Seasons. But they were not allowed to use Harvest Moon, the name, because it's copyrighted to the producer, and they got a different distributor, I think. So they had to change the name, but it's actually the same game. It has the same cow designs, and the chickens are always very cute in that game, right? I like chickens a lot. But they had to change that, and yeah, I didn't know that until I looked it up, but I think the Harvest Moon games that are being made right now are made by a different team. And usually I look up reviews on the games, and they're very mixed on how well they are. But I wanted to try Story of Seasons because it's an anniversary game, like it's Harvest Moon, 20 years of Harvest Moon. So I wanted to give it a try. And for some reason, I'm just drawn to the Harvest Moon games, even though I've never finished any of the games, because you're playing as a farmer and you have to, of course, tend to your farm, the animals, participate in contests, sell stuff, build a bigger house, etc., etc. Basically the same as Stardew Valley. When I saw it, I thought it was exactly like the old Harvest Moon, but I haven't actually played it, so maybe it's different, but it's very similar that way. But you have multiple years, so I think maybe you have like 3 years, but I never got to the 3rd year. The furthest I got was the 2nd year, and I remember in the old game I had a child as well, and I think in this game you're also able to get a child, but in my first playthrough I didn't know how to make them, how to date the people, so in the end I couldn't date them anymore because at a certain, you have to trigger character events, and if you don't trigger those events you cannot start the dating event. So it's a little bit silly in that sense, I think, because you have to be at the right spot at the right time on the right date in order to trigger those events, and I didn't know that. So I played the game and I gave them a lot of gifts. I tried to make them like me, but it just didn't go further than, you know, oh, I really like you as a friend, oh, you're so nice. And okay, well, it's the 2nd year, and usually in the 1st year you're able to get married in the old games, but they changed it, so I had to look it up, and I decided to replay the game because I do feel it's a big part of the game to have a family as well. yeah. So much for my farming adventures. Will you be well, that's not centered. So yeah. But I do like having the different kind of games, like the little farming games. I also like Viva Pinata. It's an older game. It was for the DS. You have this little farm and you have to breed piñatas. They're very cute, like the colorful animals, and they visit your garden, and then you have to feed them and you have to tame them, and then you can create fruit trees and such. It's an older game, but it's nice. I like it. It's different from all the fighting games and grinding games, which I have a lot of. Let's see if I can make this fit. Oh no. Oh, another game, of course, that has the dating element in it is Fire Emblem. And the first Fire Emblem game I played was Awakening. Is it Awakening? I think it is, right? The one on the DS. Yeah, Awakening. With the babies. And you have the other game, the one that came after. I also have that game. What's it called? I haven't played it in a long time. But at the beginning, when I was playing Awakening, I didn't know anything about the game or the marry and the kid system. So things just happened, and the characters got married and such, and they got the children characters. But because I knew about it in the second game, I was very aware of it. So in the end, nobody got married because I didn't max them out at all. So I got into the situation in which you have to get married. The characters have to get married to one another, and then you can get their child. And the child character, you can get them by completing a mission in which you save the child. But by the end of the game, the missions get very, very difficult, as in the enemies are stronger, and it's just really, really difficult. The kids just get beaten up all the time. I just gave up. I was like, you know what, never mind, I'm not gonna save any kids. It's not gonna happen. So much for the kids. It's a hard life. I think if I'm gonna replay that game, I'm just gonna try and see if I can get the characters to be to get married as soon as possible instead of not doing it, and then I can get the kids at a earlier stage in the game. So then I think the missions will be easier. Here we go. Now let's color him. Create a new layer. J color. I don't know what to say. That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm just rambling on streams all the time. Let's see. Let's color the hat. Let's pick. I'm thinking about the color choice for this. Maybe a dark gray or maybe a brown. Let's see how it looks. I think if it's like gray or black, it looks a little bit too much like a detective thing. Well, I think it can be stylish if his shirt is also black. But it might be too dark in this case. Let's try some brown. Oh, that's not really brown, is it? That's less noticeable because it's very... He looks like Indiana Jones.
No, baby.
Alright, let's try a completely different color then. See how that looks. Oh, that reminds me, I updated the Animal Crossing app. I'm still playing it for some reason. And now you can change the clothes of the animals. It's too much like a fisher hat. So this feels like trying to find the clothes for the birdies as well. I changed one of the animals, so I changed, let me think. There's a crocodile, there's a bear, and one more, the wolf. And I changed the bear and the wolf and I really liked it. And then I changed the one of the crocodile, the one I really wanted to change. But I didn't like it at all.
Oh, what a failure.
I dressed him up in very bright clothes. And with the wolf, I dressed him up in... Oh, purple is weird, it doesn't look good. In a gothic dress. And he liked it. Maybe a lighter shade of gray. I'm just gonna go with it. Oh yes, with the persona mask. That would be interesting. I've never actually played the Persona games, but I've seen playthroughs of Persona. Whoa, actually I saw a lot. I saw 3, 4, and 5, but I also remember watching 2 or 1. Maybe it's 2, I think it's 2 or 1, I'm not too sure, I think it's maybe 2. I'm also not too sure whether I finished that one, but yeah, my friends really like Persona and that's why I decided to check it out. But I don't have a PlayStation, so there you go, no PlayStation, and then I'll just watch the gameplay. But it's fine, I watch them during work and it's not something I really have to pay too much attention to, unless it's very, of course, like a big event going on. Of course, then I'm distracted, but I usually play it on the background while working on things to have something playing. Usually I don't watch things that are too demanding, like for example, I don't watch animated well, sometimes I do, but I don't watch new animated films or series, because with those I do tend to get distracted and then I want to watch the film, of course. But with documentaries or with gameplay I can work and also listen and sometimes look at the other side of the screen to see what's happening. And that's how I know about certain games. Oh hey Lion. Oh, you're playing it right now? That's cool. How well, since I've already seen everything. Not sure if anyone else is playing Persona 5 in the stream, but how far did you get? Or how far are you right now? Oh nice, good job on the flower shop line. Yeah, I can imagine that Valentine's Day is probably one of the busier days. Maybe? I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Third balance, okay, nice. You're quite far then. But I think it's a really long game. But that's good. I mean, the fans were waiting for a long time, right? And I think they really did create a very well-made game and improve some the things from the previous game, so that's cool. Let me think. When I think about Persona, I think about Morgana telling you to go to bed. Well, if you're playing Persona on Valentine's Day, you're basically stealing hearts, right? So it's not a bad thing. And you can date people. That's right, I totally forgot about that. But I think it's because I didn't play it. Oh, they're creating a anime? I'm not surprised. They usually create animes about the series, right? Picking colors is quite tough, as it seems. This reminds me of the very old kids cartoon in which they have a coloring page and they just fill in the colors instead of is there animation? There's no animation. They just draw the picture, the lines of the coloring page, and then they color it on screen and tell a little story. So it reminds me of this, what I'm doing right now. Maybe I'm gonna add some dots. Let's see how that looks. Hey, what's going on? Oh, that's cool. A Valentine's issue of Red Hood and the, I want to say outlaws for Red Hood and Artemis. That's cool. I like the little special issues of like the Christmas special and such, because it's just separate from the storyline. It's just a one shot. So that's always nice to read, and they're usually on the fluffy side, so just a nice read. I assume it came out today, the issue. Let me patch this up. I think I'm gonna color this part dark. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, he's looking at Deki because Deki is like, "Hello, I'm here for the date. I'm ready." And he's like, "You're making me uncomfortable." Oh, that's nice that it came out today. That makes sense. That makes sense. Was that the only Valentine themed issue that came out, like from all the series? It would be interesting if they did like a Valentine's issue of multiple series. Maybe a lighter color for that. Here we go. So Lion says, loving the Red Hood and the Outlaws Annual 1, where there's a scene in which Dickie and Jason are sleeping, or rather sharing the same bed. They're quite big boys, right? That sounds like a cramped scene. But I also remember the scene. I haven't read that issue, but you have the comic in which Clark and Bruce are sharing a bed, and they're drawn very bulky and huge. I like that. But the art style looks really good. I like the art style actually. But I liked how they looked at each other sideways and they were like, What's also always good about Jason stories, if they have it, are Bruce hugs. the Bruce hugs were the best. And they became, well, I think it happened multiple times in the New 52. But that's something I always thought, yeah, that's good. You should hug it out. Alright, let's color the beaks. I see I didn't finish this line. So actually, the line of its chest should be here. And because it's transparent, I want it to be like plastic, it's see-through. Let me actually grab a different shade of red, but it's not very noticeable, is it? Now it is. Alright, let's color the chocolate. Maybe a different tone. I went to the chocolate store this weekend and you're able to taste the chocolate, so that you have to buy chunks of chocolate and they will break it off for you and weight it and then price it. But you were able to taste it. And the person I was with kept saying, oh yeah, I want to try this one and this one and this one. I eventually had like a handful of chocolate trying out different flavors and I couldn't keep up. But it's very nice that you can try it and see if you like it. The Valentines issue of Ratchet and the Outlaws doesn't exist in Spain, you mean? Maybe you can buy it through an online store and they can send it to you. That would be my suggestion. Wait, maybe I can give you a link. So this website, I'm thinking, I'm gonna check whether they also ship to Spain. It's not the cheapest store, but they do have a lot. Let me see. Hello, I want to check shipping. Maybe just type it in. No. Well, there is a Spanish section on the website, so I'm just gonna give you the link. Let me actually have a proper page. So here we go. I'm gonna copy paste in the chat. So you can buy single issues or you can buy the books, and yeah, it's also available in .es. So I think they also ship in Spain. Not sure how much the shipping is, but usually when I buy from this store, not very often, but in my case, you can buy products and have a set amount of shipping costs. So usually I save up a lot of items and then I buy them in bulk with one set price for the shipping, and then yeah, you can get a lot of stuff. So they have normal American comics. They also have gaming merchandise and manga stuff. Also French books. I'm not sure if they have Spanish books, but if you can read English, of course, it's going to be fine. And yeah, they also have board games and card games and such. But yeah, you can just look up the issues and whether they're available. I remember ordering like issues I was missing because I was ordering my comics from a comic store because I wanted to support my local comic store as well. It's a very nice guy, so I did want to support him, but sometimes his orders did not come through. For example, I would order was a set for all the issues, and every month, of course, the issues would come out, and then I would come and pick them up after a couple of months, and he would have a bunch of issues, but sometimes some issues were missing. So I would go to this website to see if I could find the issues that I didn't get. And sometimes you have to be quick about it sometimes with the latest issues. If it's sold out, it's sold out. So best way to do it if you want to keep up to date with all the issues is to subscribe, or just to subscribe, like pre-order the issues, and then they will reserve the issue for you, for sure. That's cool. Bird's Milk, that's a funny name. It would have been nice if the marshmallow was shaped like a bird as well. Like the Peeps, the American Peeps. They don't sell it over here, but I do remember seeing that Peeps are a thing in America. And I also remember that they said they're going to make a Peeps movie, so I'm very curious how that's going to be. Probably going to be, I don't want to say it's going to be similar to the Emoji Movie, but I wouldn't be surprised if they have a lot of different candy brands in there as well. But we'll see, we'll see. Actually, you always see on TV, of course, like the movies, you have the campfire, and then they're burning the marshmallows in the fire. I've never done that, but then again, I've never really gone camping that way. But over here, you have marshmallows, and they're like colorful, and they're actually like candy that kids eat a lot. But it wasn't like the white marshmallow. That's not how I know them, but I know that they are available in the stores as well, the white ones too, for the campfire thing. But it is interesting that they don't melt in the fire now that I think of it, because that's what I would expect to happen to a marshmallow. Another thing you always see is the marshmallow and then they put it in chocolate milk. I've never done that either, but yeah, that's movie stuff. On movies you always see those things and you're like, oh, okay. Maybe try that sometime, but let's see. Alright. Last thing will be the little bow on top of the chocolate. Here we go. I don't think purple looks that great for this. Let's see if a pink or maybe a red, or maybe a reddish, a little bit more of a reddish pink. Let's see. Here we go. And the plastic wrapper, I'm just gonna keep that not colored. So here we go. Ooh, let me hide this layer. There we go. And I'm gonna reduce the canvas. Usually I work with a really big canvas, but since these are tiny doodles, I'm gonna shrink it. And there we go. Here we have all the little robins. zoom in a bit more. A little bit more. All right, that's good. All right, here we go. So here we have Damien with his little stuffed ace as a gift for his Valentine. He's wearing a tie. He's wearing a tie with hearts on it. And right next to him we have Tim wearing a green bow tie with a little box. Nobody knows what's inside. Hopefully it's something nice. And here we have Dickie Bird. And he has a rose because he's romantic. Just like this potential romantic music that's not really romantic. But yeah, he's wearing a top hat. He's also wearing a tie, but it's tucked in underneath his sweater. And he's wearing a blouse. Very nice. He really thought very hard on his outfit compared to the others, as you can see. They kept it very simple. Then we have him. And then we have his brother, who's wearing a hat as well. And a dark gray blouse with dots on it. And he has a huge, probably actually small chocolate heart with "Will you be my Valentine" on it. It's small because he's small. It's probably like your fingertip size chocolate. It's really not that much. But yes, here we have here we have the brothers getting ready, or actually ready for their date with maybe you. Who knows? But anyway, I'm gonna wrap up this stream, and yeah, I think they're finished. I'm not gonna shade it. It's been going on for more than 2 hours, so I'm just gonna go and relax the evening. So yeah, thank you guys very much for joining me on this stream. I hope you enjoyed it. And of course, have a wonderful Valentine. For some people, it's already next day, so have a very nice February 15 in that case. And I hope to see you next time again. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Bye!